This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne. It's time for Wyoming Sports Talk today on KRAE. Here are your hosts, Nick and Larry Proetti.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Wyoming Sports Talk today. We will be with you for about an hour. Mondello's Pizzeria, one of our fine sponsors. Joe and the crew over at 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D in the Greenway Commons for takeout. Please call 778-6068 or just come on by and make sure you're masked up. You can order at the takeout window or come inside and get your to-go order. First Year Banks are right across the street at 1508 Stillwater Avenue, open Monday through Friday, 632-3500. Lennox Auto Body, along with the Auto Glass and Detail Center, which can be found at 617 East Pershing Boulevard, the Auto Body Shop at 1020 Dunn Avenue, part of Lennox Enterprises, 634-6608. And again, family-owned, family-operated. B&B Appliance and TV at 714 Central Avenue for 54 years now. We have depended on B&B Appliance and TV, and they have delivered each and every time. 638-6468. Medicap Pharmacy, for all your pharmaceutical needs, you're already in the system. 635-3712 for the automated number to place your orders. Or you can bring your doctor's prescription inside to Medicap Pharmacy. They're open Monday through Saturday. And again, they also have a convenient drive-through next door to Texas Roadhouse on Bluegrass Circle. Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Delrange, they are right across from Powers Field and Menards, open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. Two convenient drive-thrus on the app, the Chick-fil-A app. Get mobile curbside. And again, go to CheyenneChicken.com if you ever need their catering service. Platte Valley Bank has two banking locations for you. The original location on Vanda High, the east side location, corner of College and Pershing, open Monday through Friday, 778-0021. Hey, is the new Kia in the offing? Well, see Kia of Cheyenne. Family-owned, family-operated on Nation Way, or go to KiaofCheyenne.com and do your business online. You can call for more information, 775-0123. And it's scoreboard time. Our scoreboard is being brought to you by Taco John's of Cheyenne. There's 5 locations, which we will announce here in just a moment. We do want to remind you, also on the app, you can get a hold of Taco John's. Oh, by the way, that's for delivery. Or you can use the 5 convenient drive-thrus. South Greeley Highway, downtown KRAE Avenue, Yellowstone Road, east of us, Delrange and Ridge, and Pershing and Ridge. West Mex cuisine at its best for 51-plus years. Taco John's of Cheyenne. Let's go to the scoreboard and check in first with Nick. What's going on?
It's going to be a lengthy one, but reminding folks coming up this Saturday here on 1480 KRAE, we will be down in La Junta, Colorado, as LCCC will be on the road once again, taking on Otero, the Lady Rattlers and Rattlers, respectively, this Saturday. Again, down there in the state of Colorado. Women's start time, 2 o'clock. Tentative start time for the men at 4. We may run into a similar situation of what we had in Sterling with the COVID-19 protocols down there, so it might be delayed a bit. Fingers crossed we don't, but again, we can never tell. But pregame show here on 1480 KRAE will be around 1:40-ish. 1480 AM, 101.1 FM, 1480KRAE.com is how you hear the contest. Video live streaming on Periscope via Twitter at Nick Wild Sports and the 1480 KRAE YouTube channel. NHL action for tonight, a lot of games on the slate as there weren't much going on yesterday, but we'll start with the Pittsburgh Penguins traveling to Boston to see the Bruins at TD Garden. How about the Buffalo Sabres playing host to the New York Rangers? Also, too, the New Jersey Devils at Prudential Center will take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Capitals of Washington in the nation's capital, Capital One Arena. They will host the New York Islanders. Also, too, Tampa Bay Lightning will be in Carolina to see the Hurricanes. Florida Panthers travel up north to see the Columbus Blue Jackets. Also, too, the Calgary Flames will travel all the way across Canada to see the Montreal Canadiens. Minnesota Wild at the XL Energy Center will host the LA Kings. Dallas Stars in the Big D will take on the other team for the Big D, that being the Detroit Red Wings. Colorado Avalanche at the Pepsi Can, not referring it to the Ball Arena, which is just ridiculous still.
That's what it's called.
It's stupid, though. It will always be the Pepsi Center, Pepsi Can, but Colorado Avalanche at home down there in the Mile High City hosting the San Jose Sharks. Anaheim Ducks in Glendale, Arizona, seeing the Arizona Coyotes. Edmonton Oilers taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs there from Rogers Place. And last but not least, the Vancouver Canucks in Rogers Arena hosting the Ottawa Senators. The only game wiped out due to COVID-19 in Vegas, my Vegas Golden Knights, who will be seeing the St. Louis Blues. Again, that game has been postponed, not canceled, postponed due to COVID-19.
Is it Vegas or St. Louis?
I think it's more so an outbreak with Vegas right now.
Wow. All right, let's go to the NBA schedule for this evening. 4 games on the slate. Trailblazers will take on the Rockets in the Toyota Center. It will be the Lakers and the Pistons at Little Caesars Arena, Clippers Heat at American Airlines Arena, and the Warriors will travel to the Valley of the Sun to the PHX Arena. Actually, you should just say Phoenix Arena.
Phoenix Arena.
It used to be the Talking Stick Resort Arena. Anyway, because it's the same location.
Yeah.
Warriors and Suns will hook up in the late night contest. Hours.
Hold on, you still
that's right. I
you
got
still have
college
to-
hoops.
Yep.
College hoops times 2 tonight, and in Laramie, the Cowgirls will play host to the San Diego State Lady Aztecs. Again, no fans will be allowed for this contest. Again, fans will be allowed after January 28th. And
Today is January 28th.
oh, so will they be allowed in tonight?
Well, I'll have to look at social media at least when we get to our break.
Yeah,
we'll
and
look.
then because that's
I haven't got any indication of if there were.
yeah, and then the Cowboys, they will be on the road. They'll be at the Vejas Arena in San Diego, California. As you mentioned, that's going to be on FS1. Cowboys and the Aztecs later tonight in California. Our scoreboard brought to you by Taco John's of Cheyenne.
With all this newfound time at home, it's good to get an easy win for the whole family. So this month, we're turning Taco Tuesday into Taco Tuesday. Get our 6-pack in a pound. That's 6 savory beef tacos and a pound of crispy potato olays for $2 off any day of the week. Taco John's. See you in the drive-thru.
Drive-thru still open for all your family's favorites with easy ordering on the app and delivery at participating locations with the Taco John's app.
You're listening to Cheyenne's new Sports Talk Authority. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today on AM 1480 KRAE.
Talk today, Larry Proetti, along with Nick Proetti, as we are here with you on this Thursday. Last couple of days, we were in Sterling on Tuesday, and then yesterday we kind of just, charging the batteries back.
Want to go
again.
back to the Cowgirls situation at the AA? Yes, maximum 2,000 fans will be allowed tonight.
Awesome.
So again, starting tonight, you can go watch the Cowgirls in action there in Laramie.
All right. I do want to address the issue, and I will do this before our broadcast coming up on Saturday in La Junta as well. And I do want to first issue an apology on behalf of both of us. It was brought to our attention that our broadcasts, maybe as of late, have been a little critical. And you got to know. Let me finish.
I was going to say, this comes secondhand, though. Again, we have not received emails, comments, anything like that.
That's fine, though. But, this has been about 20 years since the last time I've had somebody, be upset with my broadcast.
Yeah.
So, that we might have been a little stern with either team, the men's and women's team for LCCC.
A little too truthful, I would say.
No, it don't matter whether.
Yeah.
Again, we are broadcasters, but we're also homers, and sorry that that we get a little too involved, because really we are lazy boy recliner coaches, and we shouldn't be. We should be just broadcasting the game.
But also too, again, we want the best at LCCC for both men's and women's basketball, and again, it is something where you see frustrating situations out there on that court, and hey, you want what's best, and again, happen to call it as we see it out there. That is a glaring issue, but this is something that, again, came to your attention that you passed along to me. But again, so far, we have not at least received it personally. So
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a guy that answers all mail, all emails, and all phone calls. And the point is, and like I said, I expressed to this particular individual, to extend my sincere apology to both coaches and and to the players as well. Here's the deal, and again, I don't make excuses, and I'm not going to make excuses. A couple of things have come down my way as of late, and I'm going to say this because this concerns you. The most important thing is Nick is going to be leaving me here at next week. Next Friday is our last time together. And Nick's been with me since the inception of LCCC. Nick's going off to bigger and better things. And again, too, he's family, my son. And, it's kind of ironic because between you, my daughter, and me, we're all over the country now.
Yeah.
And,
literally all different corners.
So in my voice, there could be, some, I don't want to say anger, but, disappointment, obviously, because, I hate to see you leave. And again, you've been there for me. You've been there through the surgeries, and you've been here, and you have done some really remarkable things with our broadcast. Each and every year that we have taken over the LCCC video live stream, Nick has improved it, and this year with the addition of instant replay. Yeah. So very impressed with that. So getting that notice from you last week kind of it didn't surprise me, but shocked me. I guess that'd be the word. And and you're trying to put together these games. These games now you're getting very little help from the outside.
Almost no information at all.
At least LCCC is there for us.
Yeah, without a doubt. Again, give credit especially to the sports information manager over there.
And to Cindy. She's been there at our beckoning call as well, too.
Yeah.
Dr. Cindy Henning.
But it is kind of pulling teeth where, again, we had the uncertainty with NJC at Sterling where, again, that was just a debacle down there with Northeastern Junior College. I've not heard anything regarding if we're able to attend Otero, but as of right now, we're just going to go
and set up where we did last time.
Yeah,
and we went to Sterling and set up where we usually set up. That's more than 6 foot spacing from the other broadcaster, and they said no, you can't be here.
Ridiculous. So again, we had to do super social distancing, well up top, high up top for the first time in that building. So again, interesting.
Right underneath the heater. Oh, by the way,
which was completely ridiculous. Again. Staffs out there at Northeastern Junior College, again, really need to step things up. They had issues that entire night, and again, it's something that foreign or at least outside entities not too happy of how they ran things down there at Bank of Colorado Event Center. So, but it is a situation where right now, again, we are crammed with a lot of contests, especially on the JUCO side, where unfortunately, again, it takes away from our local high school broadcasts, where, again, we're not ignoring East, Central, or South. Unfortunately, again, with the contract obligations in, the season starting officially January 22nd, they're trying to fit 40 games or 40 games right now before the at least start of April. That means, hey, we got games multiple times every single week.
And we want you to understand, you at home or wherever you tune into us, we do kind of live and die with LCCC because they are the team that we want to win. Yeah. We don't like to see them on the short end of the scoreboard. We don't like seeing some of the things that we have seen. And again, we got to be less critical about stuff like that because, again, this is a team. Both teams are going to be teams that are going to be improvements throughout the course of the year.
And they definitely need to be on some aspects. But, again, it's hard not to look, especially with some of these sophomores that have returned, seeing similar mistakes here part of this season of what they were committing last year. Again, that's the frustrating point of, all right, you had a chance to kind of work on it here in the offseason. Let's be better about it. Instead, no, we're still making kind of similar careless mistakes there on the court, so it becomes a little frustrating.
Well, and again, we need to back that off, and we will. So, again, wanted to, sit here. I'm like I said, I'm a person who takes accolades as well as critiques as well, and wanted to issue apology to both coaches and to all of the team members on both the women and men's teams. That hey, again, we'll be much better, but I guarantee you, we're still going to broadcast back here to Cheyenne, Wyoming, to across the pond, Europe. To everybody in the nation, we're still going to broadcast as homers for LCCC because every time they take the floor, we want them to win.
Yeah.
So
and again, it's a conversation that we've had where, again, these collegiate athletes are in the same position with the media, again, including us and others here in town, or at least through the state of Wyoming, or whoever's covering Region 9 athletics, again, are going to find the same scrutiny, or, again, they got to prepare for that when they step up to that next level. Again, you don't think that, hey, we've been critical about players and athletes at the University of Wyoming. What's going to happen when they move on to that next level where, again, you're in a more higher spotlight where, again, you're going to have tougher entities and a lot more voices that are going to be very outspoken. So, again, I understand the apology, but also too not so much I'm going to agree with it. Again, you know how I feel on this situation where it is something where, again, these are not kids anymore.
On behalf of both of us.
They are not kids anymore. Again, they are semi kind of pro athletes where, again, they're having their education paid for.
Well, again, you have your
I'm just saying it is something that it's the unfortunate thing where, again, yes, you're going to get criticized. It happens in life. Not even just playing sports. It's just going to be, you're going to be criticized some way, shape, or form. It just happens. It's human nature, and it's just how you rebound from it. If anything, again, it's best not to coddle these individuals. It's better to, hey, here's what's happened. Here's how you turn it into a positive. Here's how you work on to improve yourself if it is becoming a growing critique of you. That's just how
Guess what, pal? It's 2021.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway.
And then outside of, I don't know if you're about to allude to, but again, for me, and I think we both had a hand-in-hand on this with LCCC broadcast. Sorry. I'm never going to apologize for bringing up at least past history with LCCC, talking about former head coaches as well, too, mentioning their names, because, again, they were head coaches. They were a part of these. The program history, this is where we stand or how we got here. Again, it's best to kind of paint that picture of here's where we were, here's where we are now.
And the other thing, too, and I think and by looking, and again, I watch these things after we're done, too. And I know for me on Tuesday, I don't know, some reason, like I said, maybe being under that heater where it just kind of dried me out. And again, I'm not going to make excuses, but when the officiating, and I will say this, the crew that did the women's game, absolutely
it was fantastic,
great. They let them play, and again too, you look at it, the defense. No, let me finish.
I was going to say again, just very quickly on that with that crew, and we've had similar crews, whether in the high school ranks and also in this early part of LCCC's campaign on the basketball side. Again, we've had few crews, not all, but some, that have kind of had those similar games of basically saying, hey, we're not treating you like, elementary kids or junior high kids that, again, we gotta smack you down for, again, touching someone or, again, teaching them kind of, very harsh ways to learn about basketball. No, it's, hey, you played the game. You've been around the game for a long time. You know how it is. Go out there and play your best ability.
Well,
and we're not going to be the deciding factor in who wins or at least loses.
And I think we always ask, of our officials, and I don't care what town or where we're at, hey, as long as you call it right down the middle.
I've been saying it for many years.
Consistency. And what they did in the ladies' game, right down the middle, they allowed each team to get in your face with the defenses, whether it's trapping, in the backcourt. I really enjoy.
I say again, the key word is consistency, because as we're still trying to teach, especially these collegiate players, the game, or at least trying to get them ready for that next level, it does a disservice to them where one game we're getting called 40-plus fouls between both teams where, all right, what defense am I supposed to run? How much contact can I be doing out there? Where the next game afterwards, it's pretty much a free-for-all of, hey, go out there and just play kind of just street basketball and kind of call your own fouls in an extent. And again,
that leads into the men's game, because you're absolutely right. And again, too,
I feel like again it just teaches bad habits, or not so much bad habits, but it's pretty much it puts a question mark in those athletes of going, how the hell am I supposed to play?
Well, you're taught, again, you're taught under a system how to defend or go about your business offensively, and to have a whistle, for a hand check, again, where the other game they let it go. See, the thing is, what really stands out to me, LCCC made a three-pointer, and that was right before the end of the first half. Well, they didn't start the clock down in Sterling.
And they had many issues. They had many issues with that.
We're talking about not the game clock, but the actual.
No, it was game clock as well too. Again,
okay.
I mentioned that a couple times. Where again, my clock, where the ball was in bounds, that game clock there at the event center did not move at all, where we've already had about 7 seconds left.
Right.
Again, let's not forget in that men's game as well, too, as we went into halftime, or at least we were anticipated going to halftime. Again, that ball was clearly out of bounds, but we still blew the buzzer, even though LCCC still had time on the clock, which eventually they did.
They did put it back on.
They did recognize that, but we had a lot of issues down there in Sterling, with not even just the shot clock, but game clock issue.
See, and the thing was, too, this was a three-pointer that was hit by the Golden Eagles, which would have put them up by 4.
This is also a three-point play made by LCCC that, again, it's a play that took about 7, 8, 9 seconds to evolve. Again, a lot of time elapsed, real time, that no one noticed or at least thought, hey, everything's good.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the disappointing part of that was the official wiped off the three-pointer.
That's just
that was just
terrible.
Totally that was wrong.
Terrible.
And that's exactly what I'm going to say. It was wrong. That should not have been a problem against LCCC.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been, and again, too, the home team is in charge of all of this stuff. And we, to the credit of LCCC, they've cleaned it up. They did a great job the weekend we were there. But the thing is, if you're going to issue a warning or a technical foul, that would be against the home team. That's their problem.
Yep.
And they didn't address it. But the official wiped off the three-pointer, and that could have been the turnaround of the game.
And again,
to be real honest.
I made sure to mention that where at half, again, that three-pointer, if they counted that, again, LCCC would have had the lead going into half. They would have had a lot of momentum, and again, could have been a completely different ball game with LCCC coming out at halftime, and who knows, could have won that contest.
Anyway.
But again, with that game clock issue, and again, where we knew it was, or at least those officials knew it was an issue one time, it happened many other times during that contest, and yet nothing was handed down towards NJC.
And again, I brought up the story, and this is a true story. Some of our older listeners will recall where I was doing the PA for the University of Wyoming. So luckily I didn't feel his wrath. But they had an issue with the clock over on the table at Wyoming. And this is when Rick Majerus was the head coach at Utah. And I guarantee you, he came storming to the scorer's table because of the mess-up and pounded on the possession arrow clock.
Well,
and nothing was, he didn't get any verbal warning. There was only 2 referees on the floor back in that time. But, again, you could tell how angry he was. And he actually, one of the guys that worked with me on the floor there, was about ready to get up and duke it out with Mr. Majerus because of his anger that he had. But again, that's how much they take the game serious.
This is not, and again, it's not even, where we're at in D1 basketball at NCAA. Again, we've seen it here in the JUCO ranks. And again, this is where we got another complaint, again, talking about past history. But again, I'm going to always address the past history of LCCC athletics. How can you not? Again, it happened, and we're not ignoring history. It's a situation where we saw former head coach Jason Ficca run into a similar situation there at the RAC last season where, again, score table was having issues with the scoreboard or at least the shot clock and just game clock in general. Had the same frustration where, again, didn't take out on the refs. He lambasted that entire just crew that was out there for LCCC last season, again, talking his frustration, saying, hey, we got this is a real life situation, a game that you're costing us right now.
So,
and I again get it.
Yeah. So anyway, so to wrap this up and make a really long story longer. Yeah. And we will mention this before the broadcast. We will issue, especially to the parents and grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters. We'll make sure that they understand where we come from. But we wanted you, our faithful audience here on 1480 KRAE, to understand that, hey, we live and die, unfortunately, with the Golden Eagles because, again, they wanted us to do it, and by golly, we put all our efforts into bringing you Golden Eagles basketball, Lady Golden Eagles basketball.
Certainly no one else around here is going to do it.
Well, and again, the point is, and we've run into a lot of frustrations too. So I think in a couple of instances, we from the outside, we've had all these other intangibles. You, again, announcing last week to me that you were going to be gone. So, again, I have been a mixed bag of emotions for about the last few days. Now I'm feeling a lot better because I'm more wishing you all the best because I hope this goes well for you. And again, you're going to do something that you want to do.
Yeah.
And most importantly, get out of cold weather.
Thank
I'm
you.
actually envious of you going down to Tampa. So and again too, you get to go to spring training. You get warm weather
if it happens.
You could have your dress change in a period of 15 minutes with a hurricane. But other than that, like I said, it's tough as a pop, as my co-broadcaster. And again, we are the only father and son team doing this. So it's been a rough few days, and I'm glad that we were. I'm glad that it was brought to our attention, because we want to make sure that we are bringing you all of the game action that you deserve. So, again, we will be down tentatively. Well, no, we're going on the bus. We will be in La Junta. Now, whether they have us broadcast from the nearby dean's office or something like that, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
We'll be down there. We got double dip action. It will be the ladies on tap, first 2 p.m. guys at 4 o'clock.
Tentative 4 p.m.
We'll be on the air at around 1:45. Now, in Sterling, they, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they were going to allow 50 people in. I think the first game.
It wasn't even just fans. It was pretty much selective to parents, players, or athletes there. It was pretty much of, and again, in total, who showed up to that building was about a total of about 9.
I think, there wasn't that many people.
It was
that came
pretty
out to the
structured.
ball.
And again, if that's in Sterling, Colorado, where again not a big population size out there, La Junta is around the same.
Well, no, La Junta is a lot smaller. Sterling's about 20,000. La Junta's around.
It's not mass. It's not a massive difference in a way compared to Fort Collins to La Junta. But if we saw that situation there in Sterling, assuming the same thing's going to be in La Junta, don't anticipate the Lady Rattlers and Rattlers are going to have a huge home court advantage.
No, and again, where we sit at usually, Nick, we sit behind the LCCC
Usually,
bench.
no one's in there.
There's no one there, and they have a lot of seats in that older style building. So anyway, just wanted to wrap that up, and again, and I'll say it one more time on behalf of Nick and myself. We do issue a sincere apology, and hopefully no one will take offense to what we've been saying. Again, we've been just trying to be homers to the nines, and we'll still be homers, but we will definitely dial it back a little bit.
Still going to give out critique. I'm not going to paint a pretty picture out there. I'll say that on my behalf, and I think the same thing is going to be said for you, but again, won't be more direct about the criticism, but more so of a broad critique about this team, because again, we can't ignore that this team, for both men and women, again, they got things to work on this season.
I'm the play-by-play guy. I have, especially for our radio audience, I gotta treat that game as that person at home.
Hey, when
it gets
someone making a bad pass,
I know, but he's got to get the theater of the mind
Yeah.
and what's going on in the ball game.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to take a timeout. We'll come back. Hall of Fame today. The class
it's been talked about for a while, but
what's that?
it's been talked about for a couple days now.
The class of 2021.
Wow.
Well, we'll tell you about that class. We'll be right back after this.
B&B Appliance and TV has been your locally owned appliance store. Not only do we offer several major brands, we also service what we sell. And we have the largest parts department in Laramie County. Next time you're in a big box store, just ask to see their parts and service department. Then come visit the appliance experts at B&B Appliance and TV, 714 Central Avenue. Best brands, hometown service.
We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call the Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
AJ Miller here for Kia of Cheyenne. Since the day we opened 15 years ago, we've always tried to do our best to put the customer first. Take a look at the new 2021 Kia Seltos. This vehicle has everything you need. Available options include turbo power, all-wheel drive, 10-inch touchscreen, wireless charging, and plenty of driver-assisted technology. Don't miss out. Come by Kia of Cheyenne. Call 775-0123 or go to kiaofcheyenne.com. We'll make it easy.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria at 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
Check out the huge savings this week at Town & Country Supermarket Liquors. Here are just a few of the terrific weekly specials. Our Super Radio buys heard only right here feature Tito's Handmade Vodka, 750 milliliter bottle, $15.99. Kona Brewing Island Hop Mix Pack, 12-pack, 12-ounce bottles, $14.49. And Jose Cuervo Tequila, gold or silver, 750 milliliter bottle, $13.99. Town & Country Supermarket Liquors on the South Greeley Highway, Cheyenne's low price leader.
If it happens on the diamond, the hardwood, the field, or even the ice, we'll talk about it on Wyoming Sports Talk today. Hi, this is Nick Peretti inviting you to join Larry Peretti and myself each weekday from 3 to 5 p.m. as we, along with our special guests, talk sports locally, regionally, and nationally. And you can chat with us too at 307-514-1071. It's Wyoming Sports Talk today only on 1480 KRAE, and you can stream live with us at 1480krae.com.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
Well, the wides for today, mostly to partly sunny, expected daytime high of 47, mostly cloudy for tonight, a low down to 28 degrees. Partly sunny for tomorrow, we're calling for a daytime high of 52, and for Friday night, a mostly cloudy sky with a low down to 25.
When it comes to sports talk in Cheyenne, it's a whole new ballgame. Let's play ball! You're listening to Wyoming Sports Talk today, and it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Well, since we last talked to you, which would have been on Monday, a couple days have passed, and on Tuesday the 26th, the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame class of 2021 was announced, but no player received the necessary. And again, you got to have 75% of the ballots needed to gain induction. Believe it or not, this is the first time no player was voted into Cooperstown since 2013. So
I was going to say,
8 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not the first time ever because we've had this issue before with the MLB Hall of Fame. And again, I've been saying this for years as we've been discussing the upcoming Hall of Fame. It's a joke. Honestly, these writers, they're complete jokes out there. And not going to say all of them. You know, as we talk on the political landscape of like trying to swath everyone of saying, hey, they're this or that. But again, there are some voters out there that still are kind of that old school thinking and thought of mind that, no, we shouldn't allow Barry Bonds in. We shouldn't allow Roger Clemens in, even though we're having a larger, and it seemed like it was a more vocal swath of people outside of that talking world, just fans in general, just saying, hey, it's time.
Well,
these guys deserve it. Pull your heads out and get it done.
Here's the drill. A lot of the older writers are starting to fade away. There are, there's still a good, I don't want to say a good majority, but a pretty good representation of older writers that have been around for a while. You have the new breed of writers that are coming in that would be from, the steroid era.
Yeah.
And
this new breed that, again, are saying, hey, yes, Bonds should be in, Clemens should get in. Same of these, some of these writers also, too, saying, hey, Larry Walker was a Hall of Famer, trying to get Todd Helton in. Todd Helton absolutely is a Hall of Famer. He got it was announced 44% of the vote.
Didn't he have like 15% in 2020? Does that sound about right?
I think it's like 15. I think last year he had about 30. Actually, it's been a growing trend for the past 3 years that his numbers have gone upwards, and it's only a matter of time that Todd Helton will eventually get those full votes.
And it probably will take a couple more ballots for him to get in.
As if you look at the numbers and just how people are like warming up to Todd Helton as a Hall of Famer, give it 2-3 years, and then eventually he's in. It's kind of the same process of what Larry Walker had to do for him to eventually get in. But there's no question that Todd Helton, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. It's just at what point in time will he be at? But it's still a situation where, for the MLB writers and voters of the Hall of Fame, you continue to be a joke when you're not addressing we understand what Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens did. It was a part of that era. It happened. Pretty much everyone was involved some way, shape, or form with that substance, or knew about it, or did something. Again, that's why we call it the steroid era. As I talk about with LCCC of trying to ignore the past, I'm not going to do it. I recommend to these writers, these voters, of instead of trying to sweep the past under the rug, which you're not going to be able to do, again, you're still going to address who of official MLB statistics is your home run king. It's Barry Bonds. You can't eliminate that.
No, and it's even been recognized with the passing of Henry Aaron that he is number 2 on the all-time home run list.
Yeah. So try and sweep that history under the rug.
Well, and again, too, you've got him, you've got Roger Clemens, again, both part of the steroid era. You still have Pete Rose, who gambled in baseball, and there's a lot of people that want Pete Rose in as well, too. He's the all-time hits leader.
He should be.
So, again, and that has to go now through the Veterans Committee. That's not even the ballot. Let's take a look. I just want to show you what's coming up next year. This is why I don't think Todd gets in next year. Here's who's up, okay?
All right.
He's part of the steroid era. Alex Rodriguez. Do you think he gets in on the first ballot?
No.
I think he does. He's been
if he does, this
Insincerity.
is what I will say. If Alex Rodriguez gets in for all the crap that he pulled, and again lying as well too about the steroid situation, especially his time there with the Yankees, it puts a solid stamp on this Hall of Fame that it's a complete joke that these writers and voters, or again those who are picking and choosing and don't want to address the past, or at least address of what's going on, especially with that steroid era, you're a complete joke.
Okay, how do you keep out? And again,
Alex Rodriguez, yeah, Hall of Famer.
696 career home runs.
Yeah, again, Hall of Famer without a doubt. He should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't see it, and it's also to me of if you're pulling this with Clemens and Bonds, you better pull it with A-Rod.
Well, see, and here's
either it's not one. If you're going to do it for the one, you do it for all. Then
you see, here's the tough part with Rodriguez. When you got 3,000 hits, that was automatic entrance into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
He's got 3,115 hits,
and I think
696 career home runs, a career batting average of 295. Those numbers are Hall of Fame.
He's also too again a very familiar or at least friendly face with the media as well too. With
he's
those
been
writers,
cleaning up his act since he retired.
Again,
absolutely,
joining Fox Sports, being a part of those broadcasts, ESPN as well too. So that might be something that gets him on that first ballot Hall of Fame, but it's going to be something that frustrates me to the fact of if you're putting this guy in, who if the argument is if he did steroids, which he did, and again got punished for it.
Yes, he did.
Then if you're going to allow this entity in and ignore the steroid fact, you better put them all in.
Well, the human growth
HGH,
hormone.
yeah.
Yeah, and then also on the list, and you tell me because they're already saying that he's going to be in, and that's Big Papi, David Ortiz.
Yeah, he does.
Now, David Ortiz had less hits, 2,472, hit 541 career home runs, and again, a lot of that was DHing.
Yeah.
And he had a career
Which
batting,
is very impressive.
And he had a career batting average of 286.
Yeah, again.
And was there for the Red Sox World Championship.
I pause at a first ballot, but it wouldn't surprise me.
So
I think he should be.
Those are the only two I see on next year's list. Also eligible, Mark Texeira, Jimmy Rollins, no. Coco Crisp, no. Prince Fielder, no. Not Prince Fielder.
Not a first ballot, but I think could be a eventual Hall of Fame.
He only had 1,645 career hits. If that be the case, then we got to put Timmy Lincecum in there. No. I'm just looking down here.
If you put Larry Walker in, who, again, did not have impressive numbers by far, if you're going to put him in, I could see the case being made, or, again, it wouldn't surprise me if Prince Fielder, maybe Jimmy Rollins gets in. Coco Crisp, yeah, not going to happen with him.
I just threw that out there. But I'm looking here. Hey, 3 former Giants are on this. Ryan Vogelsong with Tim Lincecum. I'm just saying they're on the list.
I'm just saying,
Peavy?
No, Jake Peavy.
No. Jake Peavy?
He's
No.
on the fringe.
Nah, he won't.
Out of
get
the
it.
3 pitchers there, again, he's on the fringe that could make it. Tim Lincecum? No, not even.
Not even close. So, again, we look at this year's numbers. And, again, Kurt Schilling in his 10th year on the ballot, along with Bonds and Clemens, 71.1%. Bonds, 61.8%. Clemens, 61.6%. Scott Rowland, 52.9%. Omar Vizquel, 49.1%. Billy Wagner, 46.4%. Todd Helton, just a shade under 45%, 44.9%.
Todd Helton, again, there's confidence that he will eventually make it, but again, give it 2 to 3 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm just looking, and I question some of these numbers like you do as well.
And Scott Rowland,
Scott Rowland had
good career at St. Louis, Hall of Fame worthy. Again, he's on that same vein with me of Larry Walker, same with Prince Fielder, where is he going to make it in? I can see it. Does he necessarily need to be there, or did he have a Hall of Fame worthy career? Not really.
He had
450
less hits than Helton. Helton had a career batting average of .316. Rowland a .281 batting average.
Again, with Larry Walker, same arguments being made right now with Todd Helton of where did he play for all of his career?
Rowland also played in Philadelphia as well too.
No, but again, we put it's always
the Coors Field.
The Coors Field, the elevation of, hey, those numbers are elevated due to being a mile high.
So with this year and his 10th year on the ballot, Kurt Schilling said, "Take me off."
And again, understandable of where Kurt Schilling has, again, kind of soured at least his thoughts and opinions regarding the media,
because they got political with him.
Yeah, they got very political. And again, a guy who is very open,
outspoken,
a conservative individual out there on his political leanings, and again, has made sure and let people know about it on social media or any way, shape, or form. I say good on you again, Kurt Schilling, of basically saying, hey, media members, I don't care about your stupid vote. I don't care about you. You can blast me all you want. I don't want to be a part of the situation. Or again, it probably to him feels a little two-faced of like, oh, you're going to talk badly about my back, but then give me the vote.
Well, and here's the deal. So Schilling says, take me off the ballot.
And good on him.
Yeah, so
he is a Hall of Famer without a doubt, but good on him to basically step up and just say, hey, screw you, media. I don't want a part of this.
So you have Bonds and you have Clemens, number 2 and number 3, which would probably garner some more votes. Bonds, if I recall, never got suspended, even though he was suspected, and did probably.
Well, again, never proven in court as well.
Yeah, but he was suspected.
But so never suspended like A-Rod. A-Rod tested positive. He got suspended from the Yankees again. Let's not forget again the 100+ games, or he didn't sit out a full season, but it was a good chunk of.
Clemens never got suspended.
No.
Okay, but A-Rod did. If A-Rod, just for argument's sake, if A-Rod and Big Papi get in next year, okay, and there was even speculation about Big Papi, but again,
speculation.
Big Papi was clean. So the thing is, if these two get in next year, then you might as well put Bonds and Clemens in the same category as Pete Rose, and you better hope the Veterans Committee one day down the road is going to put him in. Again, I don't know who's on the Veterans Committee. Again, that is also aging as well. So we got some issues that are not being.
The Baseball Hall of Fame continues to be a joke. As much as you want to respect it, and it's supposed to be a respected entity and something to go to Cooperstown and reflect upon baseball's history, where now, again, we've been dealing with it for quite some time that we're trying to ignore a portion of baseball's history. It's inexcusable. You can't do that. And if they do get A-Rod in as a first ballot Hall of Famer, which, again, I think he deserves to be, but if he's the only entity that gets in and you still snub Clemens and Bonds next season, sorry. Well, I give up on the Hall of Fame saying, don't care. Don't care who's elected anymore. It's a joke.
And again, A-Rod played for 3 teams, Seattle, Texas, and finished off with the Yankees. Bonds with Pittsburgh and San Francisco. Clemens probably was more traveled than
he was all over.
Yeah, he had quite a few stops, but The thing is, with the next year's ballot, I only see two. I only see two that are going to get elected if they go that route.
Yeah.
But if they don't, and I think you're right, Nick. I think in the case of A-Rod, if you're not putting Bonds and Clemens in, then you're going to have to throw A-Rod in there. But A-Rod's got the numbers. He's got more hits than Bonds
He's also,
has.
too, again, friendly with the media, in the media as well, too, so that might boost.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back. We're going to get ready to wrap things up here on 1480 KRAE.
At First Tier Bank, we are proud to be a member of this great community and will always support all of our high school athletes. First Tier Bank takes great pride in sponsoring the live broadcast of the games and would like to wish all of our teams good luck. We share the credo with Newt Rockney when he said, "One man practicing sportsmanship is far better than 100 teaching it." It's all about the high school sports at First Tier Bank, 1508 Stillwater Avenue, Cheyenne. MHP is a certified public accounting and consulting firm located in Bow, Cheyenne, and Fort Collins, offering accounting, tax, and consulting services to businesses, not-for-profit, government, and individual clients. MHP takes pride in their commitment to providing close, personal attention to their clients. They also continue to invest time and resources in continuing education, state-of-the-art computer technology, and valuing their relationships with you. MHP is a proud supporter of local and UW athletics. MHP, 314 West 18th Street, or call 634-2151. Whether you're driving in town or heading out on a long journey, remember to have your car or truck serviced at Shine Auto Repair and Service. They will take care of most minor situations, from a simple oil change to working on your fuel pump, tune-ups, brakes, shocks, and making sure you stay cool on your long road trips by taking care of your air conditioning unit. See John and his great staff today to make sure all of your vehicle needs are taken care of so they don't flare up into major problems. Remember, Shine Auto Repair and Service is a TechNet professional, where their work is covered by a nationwide limited repair warranty that extends across North America for 24 months or 24,000 miles, whichever comes first. For more information, check out technetprofessional.com on the World Wide Web. So if something happens to misfire, there's a TechNet professional nearby. Visit Shine Auto Repair and Service today, taking care of our vehicle needs for nearly 30 years. Open Monday through Friday at 604 West Lincoln Way, or call for an appointment at 632-0498.
We get it. Your world is still a bit upside down right now. Maybe you're dealing with a loss of income, or you have worries about your job. Let Laramie County Community College help. You could start classes for a certification in a high-demand field or begin your journey to completing a degree. We have the programs to move you toward the future you deserve. In fact, many classes are available online. Visit Laramie County Community College at lccc.wy.edu.
Winter driving in Wyoming. Are you prepared? Winter storms strike quickly across Wyoming's high plains and the mountains. When they do, driving conditions can deteriorate rapidly and become very challenging. Make sure your vehicle is ready for the elements and you have an emergency preparedness kit available. Driving on slick roads, always remember slower speed, acceleration, steering, and braking. Also turn off the cruise control and always buckle up. Ice and snow. Take it slow. Know before you go. For travel info, call 511 or online at wyoroad.info. Paid for by Federal Highway Safety Funds.
You can actually get something good for your health at a drive-through window. When you order your next prescription from Medicap Pharmacy, call ahead and use our drive-through window. Or you can call for free delivery. You can even log on to Medicap.com and order a prescription refill. Your Medicap pharmacist will call you to make arrangements for pickup or delivery.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
Well, the wise for today, mostly to partly sunny, expected daytime high of 47, mostly cloudy for tonight, a low down to 28 degrees. Partly sunny for tomorrow, we're calling for a daytime high of 52, and for Friday night, a mostly cloudy sky with a low down to 25.
Here the season never ends. From Wyoming sports to the Broncos in Denver. From Rockies baseball to talking hoops with Nuggets basketball. Local, regional, and national. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, right here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Final moments of our program is so the Wonder Dog. Gosh, I'm going to miss. You know, I was just only kidding when I say this too, Nick. You know, I'm going to miss Oso a lot too. But yeah, he's been
biting on your hand.
He's been like my grandson. Anyway, give me a lot of loving here this afternoon. The Super Bowl, which is forthcoming between Kansas City and Tampa Bay. And again,
obviously, we don't have a Pro Bowl to worry about.
No, we don't have to. They're just going to announce it. But I'm assuming this will probably be the most viewed Super Bowl. Because, again,
we'll see.
No, fans can't go.
Well, fans can go. It's limited capacity there at Raymond James Stadium.
It's not
It's not going to be a full house, but fans can attend there in Tampa. So it's not like it's completely shut off. So that's a fortunate enough thing for NFL that they can make some revenue of hosting that game. But
well, here's who's making money.
Again, we'll see what the Nielsen ratings are going to be for the Super Bowl. As I don't know what you're doing over there.
I'm trying to get. He's stuck behind
You're knocking
me.
down all sorts of things back there as well too.
Well, no, he is. All right. Anyway,
forget about it.
So, but CBS is going to be the big winner after this is all said and done. I was looking here. You ready for this? A 30-second commercial in the game, and they're sold out.
Well, obviously,
CBS sold out.
I told you this the other day.
30-second commercial for this year's Super Bowl. $5.5 million to $5.6 million. An ad.
Yeah.
I mean, think about what we charge here for just a radio ad. $5.5 million. Now,
well, and again,
they're banking on a big audience.
That's the anticipation of the large audience of, again, a lot of TV viewers for this contest. And again, it's a pretty attractive game due to the fact that yes, you have
it's Tom Brady,
and again the up and coming, the second generation or the second coming of Tom Brady with Patrick Mahomes. Again, team that is also defending their Super Bowl championship from last year. Again, it is a very attractive game that brings a very large audience. Again, from Tampa, New England's going to be interested to see how Tom Brady does. Again, you got the Midwest with Kansas City, see how they are.
But does it attract the West Coast? Again, usually when you have a World Series, the Yankees you got the biggest market in the world. They're gonna make money. Or even with Los Angeles winning the basketball championship. They've got, the second or third largest market? So the NBA didn't lose anything out of that by having the Lakers in there. But here, you got medium markets, Kansas City, and you got Tampa. Tampa's not a big market.
And I think that, again, either way will be fine because due to the fact that this isn't
you're going to have a lot of look-sees.
You would rather have Kansas City in this position than probably what the NFL – what would probably been a nightmare for the NFL is probably Buffalo. If the Bills made it into this, I feel like you'd probably gotten less out of that.
I think you're wrong. That's New York. Even though it's northern New York.
New York is more focused on what's happening in the Meadowlands with the Giants and the Jets. Could care less what's upstate with Buffalo.
But it's still New York. And that's still the second biggest market.
I doubt that in a way. But, again, this is something that – and, again, yes, Josh Allen, but – again, also too with Stephon Diggs, but outside of that, it's who else is a part of this team that's kind of a household name. Kansas City, you have kind of those established.
You got Kelsey and you got Mahomes, and you got
but again,
wide
it's
receiver.
a team that's been there, did it, done it. You saw them what they did last year. Okay, let's see if they can get the repeat here this season. Again, Tom Brady, Gronkowski, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what they can do. It's going to bring outside again. They are medium markets, but it is going to be something that. A lot of eyes are going to be drawn into it just due to the fact that it is teams, players that and it's going to bring a large audience. I think so.
And again, too, with the lack of fans going to the game, and again, this is going to be widely televised. And the Super Bowl always draws a big crowd,
and this is also
no matter what.
Yeah, and this is also an intriguing Super Bowl where for the first time ever, it's a team,
the old guard and the new guard.
But also too, it's a team hosting the Super Bowl at their own home site.
Yeah,
how about that?
Yeah, there's some good sidebar stories to all of this, but CBS, boy, I'll tell you what, they're going to make a killing off of this particular Super Bowl, and again,
good on them, I guess.
No, they're the only show in town for this. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there.
They're the one that made
it's their year to host to broadcast.
Yeah, they're opportunistic about this situation. Again, the fortune fell in their hands.
And the good news for CBS
that the pandemic's still continuing.
I know, but with the sellout, they also had to pay big bucks to the NFL. So the NFL and that country club of ownership not hurting too bad as well either.
Yeah.
All right, we got to wrap things up here on our